Yeah, it's so fucked up. It's so
never love you. Get rid of clunker, and I'll give you a stronger. Come at my pussy, you'll see it's not dusty.
We can cuddle and kiss, our love will never miss. Together we can conquer the dusty bitch clunker. Run away with Arn's money, we'll skip and think it's scummy.
You're going to weaponize things that you know about me because you're feeling upsetty spaghetti, then you're a piece of shit. Quite frankly. Oh my God, Meg. In my 20s, the life I was leading, Jesus Christ, I was going out, kicking up my heels.
Hello. Hello. Hi. Yeah, I think I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. And how are we all today? It's 8 p.m. here. I realise it's about 3 p.m. and even 1 p.m. for most of us. So, but yeah, that is a fucking bop, in it. Like, just take all the words out. Even the tune's great, and then you've got Alex's video to go with it. It's just like as if it's about eggs. That's the only thing. And yeah, I think my sights are turning on to someone else. Like, you know, I've given up on eggs, I think. I do have my eyes on the prize. More to come. And I'll say hello to everyone. So hello, Eve K and Sky, my baby boy. Hi, AK. I know you're not here now. I don't think you are anyway, but thanks for popping in earlier. And Indigo Soul, you always have some very positive comments, so thank you for that. Thought that you're like my second favourite game village next to Sky, and that's because he's my son, you know. Yeah, no. Whoop, whoop. Love you, babe. Catcall Mermaid, you little star. Jojo Cannon, hi, lovely. Negsy P forever and ever and ever till I'm bored. Crazy Cat Lady, hi. We hear a lot about you, don't we? Kimberlina, nice to see you. Alex Glitter. Oh, cut out then. Alex Glitter, always lovely to see you. I've pinned the link to the top in case you want to join. You don't have to, but it's there. Not Banana Enema, thank you. Oh, in attendance, holler for $1. What's up? What? So we're going to carry on the patterns of behaviour. And my last stream was, does GG even know where this started? And, you know, he was blaming Negs and Clara. Not AK, but he was definitely blaming them. But he did allude to 3 years earlier being hacked by another creator. Hello, Jan's Views. Nice to see you here. So, oh, and actually, Jan, you're in one of the clips I'm going to show. So I've got a mix between Twitter and videos. And I'll just get to that now. Where do I want to start? Brain fart. Yeah, I do believe it's this one. Make sure you can all see that. So we're going to start off with like it says, GG doesn't go IRL or contact anybody. And we've got your mama alleging that fact. So let's see what GG had to say to Jan.
About
Virtual troll
So I have
riot has
I have a
become
question
member.
though. I have a
Jen
Yes,
seeks
question.
okay.
negative attention, especially from men.
So Hussy talks a lot of shit, but like everybody in this community talks a lot of shit. Why does Hussy shit talking bother you so much? Because everybody talks shit. Everybody. Like, I thought that's the whole point of this little space is we talk shit about each other, but then we get people who lose their minds when they get it back. Why?
I think hussy thing is slightly different. I think the reason why I despise Hussy is because of the way he's treated people that once supported him. That's it.
But what does that matter to you, though? Like, who cares?
Because I was friends with one of them, so I knew exactly what they went
Okay.
through at the
I mean,
time.
what did they go through? I mean, come on, Jen. People need to go outside and get lives. Hussy's never gone IRL. Hussy doesn't jobs. Hussy doesn't contact family.
So, you know, don't get worked up over internet stuff. Go outside. And, like, you know, Hussy doesn't contact jobs or family or anything like that. He really doesn't. Yep. Let's go on.
So Hussy said some mean things to your friends. Go outside.
No, I'm sorry, darling. He did a lot more than that.
What did he do?
He did a lot more.
What did he do?
Well, I don't really like to talk about somebody that.
That's
not
fine.
here,
That's fine. That's fine.
But okay, I was good enough friends with her. We would speak on FaceTime, yeah, for quite a long period of time, and I saw the pain she went through when he turned on her.
But that's weird, Jen. That's weird.
That's weird, John. It's weird for people to feel for other people who've made bonds and relationships with. It's weird to be that connected to the internet, says the man who's in court suing for being cold, goony looking.
Why?
Because this is all internet friendships. Like, people need to go outside and make.
Kimberly, I see you there. What's he called? AK's David GG. You're right. Is the laughing face after that, right? No, but we'll move on.
Real friends. Like, you know how many people. Hold on, Jan, I get it. You know how many people have turned on me in this space? And yeah, it sucks to see somebody who once liked you shit by you. But am I ever going to get hurt by?
Katrina says Jan is a sick weirdo. I disagree. Oh, that's that dead as well.
People I've never even met in my life. No,
Yeah.
You got to go outside.
I agree with you totally, and I take offense to what anyone online says to me, especially someone like your mama. But
you loved your mama though. See, this is why this space gets on my.
So Jan is able to accept people into the community, into a sphere, open arms, like them, give them a chance, and then she's able to change her mind afterwards. Right? Yeah. Seems like she's a monster.
I know it's the flip flop, and everybody just flip flops all the time. Like, I couldn't believe you. I was on my members only, and I'm like, oh, your mom's panel. Let me go look. And I see you two fight, and I'm like, wait, she hates him now? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it.
But yeah, Hussy doesn't go IRL or anything like that, does he? Not at all. Don't do any of that. Neither does GG. Or should we show that to be absolute bollocks, eh? Let's do a bit of that. Okay. So we have the Vicki vibes talking about Hussy ringing the cops or an ex. It doesn't really need much more of an explanation, but this all happened way before I came on the scene, so, you know, it's very interesting just for that alone. All right.
The link? Okay, thank you.
Oh, I told you. So I know, yeah, but I kind of he went live and it's okay. I got it all in my head. It's the same shit. And I'm just gonna be honest with you guys, and then we'll see where it's from there. So, he was talking about the phone call. I think we should go. You know what? Let's put the phone call out there. So I'm gonna start from Hussey was really, really go about calling the cops, calling the Villa where the fuck. The part he left out was I was completely. Remember when Tragic Maxwell, after Kid sent a cease and desist, his biggest point was they'd called the police on Hussey. And Maxwell knows about this. He definitely does. He's for 1,000,000% has seen it. And he still ran with it. Completely. And he kept, I want to have arguments. I want to do it. Now, at this time, that was coming pretty hard for me. I didn't know. I'm really not worried that people are going to show up to where I am. It doesn't scare me even in the least bit at all. But it worries. Before I actually had to come and tell everybody what I was dealing with online, I was nervous about them getting into my real life and like fucking thing up for me. So that's what I was about. Hussey was very like, I want to do this and I want to do that. He wanted to put photos of his son on the freaking on Twitter, and I'm so against argument. And then, well, if you so I wanted to put photos of next one on the internet, it doesn't matter, like, you know, everyone has something to say about bringing non-combatants into the YouTube sphere. Not only was Hussey ringing police stations with people on the line and trying to force his narrative onto everyone and onto the police. He was, yeah, sorry. Alex distracted me. Hi, Alex. Yeah, oh, you're here. Had to say, hi, Alex. Hello. Oh. Right, I'm sure she's going to speak in a minute. If you don't want to get doxxed, then don't dox. And I'm like, yeah, but Hussey, I don't. It's not right. The kid, I don't care. I don't care. Oh, Caroline, thank you so much for the super sticker. Thank you, boo. So, hi, Christina. Thank you for coming. Yeah. So the cops or whatever, and I feel threatened. I'm here. It just completely kicked me out of StreamYards. Completely. I'm back. Now, guess who's back with a brand new track? Right. Yeah, it did. It kicked me completely out. Alex, yes. Hi,
Oh,
Alex.
okay. Hey, what's going on? Sorry, I don't know what happened. I like went back to the chat. And I'm like, I was in the back, and I saw you were gone.
I added you up, and it showed your picture, but you weren't speaking, and then I got kicked out as well.
Weird. Well,
Yeah.
here we are now.
Conspiracy theories. Peanut, what's going on?
Yes, or maybe it's yeah, fucking blame Peanut. It's Peanut's fault with her all of her mic issues and tech issues and USB issues.
Oh dear. Yeah, this has to be shown again.
Yeah, I agree.
His extreme attempts to get his own way. Oh, Jan's views has just jumped up as well. Hi, Jan.
Hey, honey, how are you?
I'm getting better, but thank you for asking.
That's all right. Oh, I've realised I've come on on my other channel. Never mind, it's still me.
I knew it was you. There's only one Jan.
Hi, Alex. How are you, darling?
Hey, Jan, I'm doing good. How about you?
Yeah, I'm good. I just wanted to come on because you're going over the what's her name? You've just been
Vicki.
showing her the Vicki situation. So I thought, if you wouldn't mind, I'd quite like to jump on here and add my 2 penny's worth, if you don't mind. Hey, AK, how you doing, girl?
Especially as my opening video was you and GG together.
That was
you calling
weird.
him out.
That was weird.
I did call him out, but he was quite good at just over talking me the whole time. And I like to think before I speak. I've learned to do that as I've got older. And
I'm still learning that technique.
Yeah, I don't always do it, I have to say, but yeah, I do like to try. And he just kept going on, and I wish I'd said a lot more actually, but never mind.
Do you know what? Sometimes less is more, and it was good to let him talk, and you just say what you needed to say, and let him go on with himself.
Yeah.
Well, he really like painted a whole picture of his gaslighting techniques and, the way that he, like Jan said, overtalks people and, pushes these narratives that are not true, because all of us watching that were like, what is he talking about? Like, he had just called AK's dad not too long before that, both of them together.
Exactly. Yeah. And he's there pushing his narrative on Jan. Jan's someone to get out of the sphere.
It's a great demonstration of gaslighting, really. And because every time I said something, the reason why I didn't like the hustler, he would say, oh, but that's nothing. Yep. People have talked bad about me years ago. No, Hussey is on a different level.
Yeah.
Completely different level.
I think GG surpasses him now. I think GG surpasses him now. If you take into account all his stock accounts, he's worse than us say. And hi, Miss T, and hi, AK. Thank you for jumping up.
Hey.
Look, what's that on your arm? A blackbird, a crow? What is it?
Oh, that is, I don't know, it's some kind of eagle. And for whatever reason, I was told, this is when I was in Pakistan. This was like maybe a while ago, many years.
You mean you went to the homeland and you came back intact?
I know, isn't it amazing? Yeah, so there's this guy who had like, I don't know, some kind of falcon or eagle, and my parents really wanted me to put it on my arm and take a photo. So I did. The reason I look scared is because the moment I put that thing on, he put the bird on my arm, he says, "Don't smile." And I was like, why? And he was like, because he doesn't like people who smile. I'm like, oh my God, get this thing off me.
Oh my God, yikes.
Okay, does your family regularly visit Pakistan?
No, that's we actually went back. It was for my brother's wedding because he actually ended up getting an arranged marriage from a woman from there, and she lives here now. So.
Oh yeah,
I think
that
I need
happens a
me
lot.
one of them, you know. I think I need me one of them arranged marriages because, like, I'm too hot to be single.
One of the streams that we did, AK like told the kind of the story of what had happened, and it was actually like pretty cool. Like, you know, her brother was, you know, not, I mean, you could say if you want AK, but I thought it was pretty cool. Like, you know, finding somebody that shares the same, you know, cultural and everything. And it's hard to find that here in, you know, the
Well,
US.
the thing is, he did not grow up in Pakistan. He grew up here like me. He had no, like, he was the last person anybody would have expected to get an arranged marriage because he had, you know, dated many women here. He was engaged here. Nothing worked out. And finally he decided to let my parents handle it and see what happens.
It's not a forced marriage, it's an arranged marriage, and he trusted your parents who love him the most to make a good decision for him. There's a very big difference between forced and arranged.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, there's no forced marriages. People get like my parents never did that. I don't know anybody's parents actually in the community that forced people into an arranged marriage. Either you want to or you don't, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, and it's worked out great. Like, they seem to have a great relationship, and, like, you know, with your family are very close to her, and you know, I know that you really, you know, like her a lot too. So I think it worked out for the best.
Yeah,
it's like you have to like her because you picked her. Deal with it.
Well, no, I mean, she's like really, she's really nice. I've known all of his previous girlfriends and stuff, and they were okay, whatever. But there was always like, they're just like they're not right for him, you know. And she turned out to be perfect. So
I'll tell you something. I bet Salah's parents wished that they'd arranged a marriage for him.
Oh, he's getting to Canada. You know, he's getting to Canada out of this. So.
I do believe Foodie's paying that debt off. I believe she's having to because she wants to go to Canada, and I believe Salah's parents helping her pay it.
Can you see her back in Canada though? Can you honestly see her back in Canada? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot going on in Kuwait at the moment, especially with the Syrians. There's not many places Syrians. Yeah, there's not many places Syrians can even travel to. Like, that's why he couldn't go to Thailand with her last time the rug got pulled a month before they travelled. So Syrians couldn't go. I think there's like 7 countries they can go to now.
Why is it? I mean, I don't like talking about politics, but why is it that Syrians are not treated very well by other countries? Why is that?
Because they're still in war with a lot of countries, even though they might not be like actively looking like they're in a war, they're still against a lot of countries and they've not backed down still.
Oh, right. So other countries are frightened to sort of allow them to move in case something sort of happens in there. Oh, I get it. Okay, I get it. Interesting.
Fauntleroy says it probably relies heavily on not having a family that is completely psychotic. Yes. But I mean, more than that, like, I mean, you look at my parents. My parents had an arranged marriage. They didn't even meet before they got married. And, you know, they're still married and happy. And that's the case for most of the arranged marriages that you see, you know.
Well, even if you look back anyway, like, I know, like, my grandparents, as soon as you started dating someone, you were pretty much engaged and had to marry them. You know, it's not that different.
I think it was different back in the day, though. It's difficult. It was different in war, in the war eras, because I think men, you know, they were sort of shipped off at a very young age, and some of them chose to sort of marry before being, you know, flown abroad to war-torn countries. So I think it was different. I think the whole sort of lifestyle of relationships was very, very different when there was, you know, when there was war, because a lot of these poor guys didn't come back again. So, yeah.
A lot of it was about legitimacy as well. Like, you know, if you didn't have the marriage, if you didn't have, you know, your children weren't legitimate. If they died, you didn't have a legitimate claim over anything, you know. So anyway,
Yeah.
this is boring. This is history. I'm not
It
here to do
is.
history.
All right.
I'm here to do drama. Let's go.
Someone I left, he called by himself. He could have get called so many times because the cops, like I said, which we had a fight over, leaving that out. The cops were like, actually, he got into an argument with the freaking cop lady on the phone, and I was diffusing it, going, "Hussy, it's okay, it's all right, it's all right," because the cops like telling us all things that were going on in the area, talking to him like, "Oh, like," because he kept calling so much. They were like, "Okay, what do you want us to do?" But I guess what he's dying for me to say
sounds very familiar to what he did with you, isn't it, AK?
I'm sorry, what?
It, like, you know, she's saying he wanted to ring over and over and over, and what can we do? What can we do? This is with Negs, but he did the exact same with you to get you a welfare check.
Well, that's what killed me, because when I first heard her start doing this, like I was just listening to it, I wasn't recording. And then I heard her say that, and I was like, oh my God, this is what Hussy did to me. So I like went back and just started screen recording it. And I'm glad I did, because she immediately deleted it.
Yep. And this is patterns of behavior, people.
Can I just add here that I truly believe that of all the people in Hussy's life, the only person that could have stopped him becoming the monster that he is today is Vicki. And I think
I think she couldn't. I think she did actually try. I think she tried behind the scenes, and then this was an attempt.
I don't know. I just saw her as being very weak. When I had that conversation with her where I was explaining how I was deeply offended by Hussy doing blackface, I was so shocked that she hadn't realised it, or she said she hadn't realised it. But
Well,
I just feel,
I mean, like, look at Hussy, right? There's so if you make the mistake of becoming this man's friend, especially in real life, I can now understand, after having dealt with him, why she did not want to piss him off.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
And this is real life. Like, she was around him in person. And look, you can tell throughout this video, she's catching her breath. She's scared. She's scared of what she's saying.
Yeah, he had been threatening to sue her over a $300 scarf that he claims, you know, or whatever, some guy stole, and it's her fault.
It was one of them. If she kept her mouth shut, he could have made anything up. So it's like, right, he's saying these things, I've got to say my side, because he would have just kept going and going and going if she didn't respond in any way.
Well, not only that, no, like, so the reason she deleted this is because this, like, you know, Hussy responds to this with his own stream, but she deleted this, and now they're actually just back to normal as if nothing happened. And
well, she's gone. The channel's gone.
No, she's around. You can. I literally just saw her in a chat not that long ago.
Yeah. I don't remember whose chat that was in, but yeah, it was weird. Like, she popping up in chats and stuff.
I can't find the main channel anywhere.
Oh, she deleted it. She doesn't have she has a YouTube, I guess, now, but like, she deleted her old channel. I
still maintain that if she'd have said something at the very beginning, and when he was threatening her, he was doing it in real life. So she should have walked herself up to the latest, the nearest police precinct, and accused him of harassment. That's what she should have done.
Yeah, but think
it's
about
hard, though. It's hard to prove.
No, you can only do that if you know this man, you know how he behaves, right? So the only thing you can do is, if you're going to go to the authorities and say, like, you know, I need your help to get this guy to leave me alone, then you cannot come back and participate in this community. He will not leave you alone. Yeah. Like, the cops are not going to give you like a restraining order or anything just based on him threatening to sue you, right? So then this guy, now you pissed him off. And now he's going to come after you like 100 times worse.
And he did. And he was vile to her.
And this is why she's scared when she's speaking in this video. She's terrified, and rightly so, because a lot did happen after this. And look, she had to speak about it. Look, she had no choice because he was blackmailing her.
But I do want to say that Vicki is not a victim. Like, I don't look at her as a victim, because she has, she's the first, like, you know, when Callie was going through her thing, whatever, she was one of the people that like just glommed onto her and was using her as content. And the content that she was doing on there was really fucking weird. And she was like being like, yeah, I want to be Callie's best friend, and like putting up pictures of her. And then she like made a thumbnail of Callie holding a gun at like Yappa and Sam, which really disturbed me. Like,
she was like really into petty fam, and she was like really under the influence of people like Yotto, BGTV, those kinds of people, you know?
Yeah.
And Parker.
So, like even just within the last year, like she's come on Twitter and, you know, tried to like start shit and do all this, you know, bullshit or whatever. So, you know,
I agree with you. She's not a victim. And this is a story that I don't know if you guys know how they met. She was a fan. She watched Hussey. And then she realized she lived nearby, and he said he was going to a club or a bar or something one night. And she took the damn train to meet him, not even telling him. She just pretended to have randomly bumped into him. And that's how they became friends. And Hussey knows how fucking weird this is because he asked Tragic to not tell anybody how they actually met.
This can be weird, and she can have done wrong, but she can still...
Yeah, no, she's a
kind of a victim in this situation. Just in this situation, the blackmailing.
Nobody knew. Nobody knows how bad this man is until he does what he does to you, right?
Yeah.
Like you don't get it. You don't get how awful he is and how much he will come after you and ruin your life. Look at me. I didn't do shit to this guy.
It's true. And that's why I'm still saying it. I honestly hold her accountable for allowing him to carry on doing what he's doing. And maybe, you know, as somebody just said, I don't really see her as a victim, but I did apologize to her once because I'd said some, you know, really horrible things about her size and everything. And at the end of the day, I don't like hurting people, especially, you know, another woman.
She's a weird, you know, it's one of those weird things. Like if she was somebody, like, I don't care if you insult me. I don't care, you know, that like insults or whatever. But I don't know if you want to say she was influenced by the group of petty fam people, but the things they do are not like benign. You know, what they do, they cause damage, and they encourage this like bullshit to come in your real life, and they pretend that they don't do that, but they absolutely do.
Yeah, I mean, there's BGTV, Vicki, Yotto, all those people, like Vidal, you know, like, you know, attacking Callie, and they were like start these rumors about her, like, you know, that wasn't even Sam or Yaba that was doing it. It was the petty fam, like,
yeah. And it's that's always gotten forgotten or, you know, looked over in this entire narrative, how much the petty fam inserted themselves into Hussey's whatever community and like just really got him to do what they wanted.
Gassed him up and everything.
Yeah. Well, I know for a fact that DC was petrified of them. She came in my DM once and told me she was like shit scared of Parker.
That is why
she was going to Parker and that while talking to Neg. She was going to Parker and that, saying she was petrified of Neg while talking to him and flirting with him and getting into a relationship with him.
This is what
she was going around everybody saying she was scared of Neg, she was scared of Petty Fam, she was scared of Alex, she was scared of GG. She did it to everybody.
The thing is, when me and Tragic doxed BGTV, that broke Petty Fam permanently. They have not come back. And when her and Negs saw that, that is why they decided to come and befriend us.
You know who the chat BGTV was in the other day is Kate.
Like, she's over there now?
That garbage place.
I saw him in the chat there.
That says a lot. But I remember she didn't say anything about being scared of anybody else in particular, but I know that she was really ruffled by Parker because Parker was saying her one thing, telling her one thing, but then she didn't really believe it. And then she was kind of twisting things around. I think Parker's very manipulative, and DC didn't know how to deal with it.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. I think that person has some serious issues.
Yeah. Is she still around?
Who?
Parker.
Oh no, no, no.
No, well, she
Last
was
time
until the Underhaven stuff.
yeah, I think she's gone.
Because she was a big part of that. Like, a lot of people I spoke to said, listen, I trusted Miss Parker. Miss Parker said it was all sorted and that. And that's how I were as well. I trusted Miss Parker
I
myself.
trusted Parker. I even had her on a panel where we were talking about blackface, and you know, we had a really good live stream and everything. And then a couple of days after, or whenever, she then went completely about face and started saying that, oh no, Hussey didn't know what
Yeah,
makeup he was
she had him
wearing.
on panel and
Yeah,
she
and I
said,
thought,
oh,
I
I
never spoke to her
misunderstood
after
you.
that.
I misunderstood you. You got the
And
wrong shade. And he started doing the crying face like he does in court.
yeah, I couldn't speak to her after that. Nah, I felt like she'd
Hi,
stabbed me in the
Navitex.
back. But
because she's
anyway,
very incredibly manipulative. She acts like she does that. It's the thing that I hate the most in women, which is acting clueless when
yeah,
they know what's going on. You know.
yeah.
Pisses me off that. Just say it with your chest or not at all.
Right. Exactly.
This is what actually happened. The cops suggested the wellness check. Didn't ask for one. I don't even think he knew what that was. So the cops suggested that. So the lady is like, who's this on the phone with you? And I did not want to disclose my name because I did not agree with it. I didn't disclose my name. I had mentioned that he was saying things about me online. And that's it. Nothing happened still.
Oh, hey, Luna. Hey, Cassandra, and hey, Navitex.
Then Hussey called me back and goes, I called again and X, Y, and Z happened. I don't know how many he told when I wasn't there. I don't know. I don't fucking know. So that's that. And I had the reason why this is not tea is the people, what Hussey doesn't know is that there were people sticking up for him. And I told those people that it was him so that they would stop sticking up for him because, or not stop sticking up for him, but so they would stop saying that he didn't call cops because he actually did. So I didn't want it because I knew it would come out eventually. So I didn't want them to be at fault. I didn't want them to believe so hard because they really believe that he didn't call cops.
Okay. The thing is that
I
Peanut is the one who told us that because she knew it was her and Gigi knew and fucking Belinda knew that Hussey was the one who called the police on Negs, and they were all silent for him, and they let us, people like me, people like Tragic, go on Twitter and other places and comments and defend him against people saying it was him, and they just let us do this, knowing full well that he actually did it, until Peanut found out. When Peanut found out and she saw us fucking defending this dude who she knew had done this, she got really mad, and she was like, you're just like, it's not okay to let them just do this, like they're just defending a guy that we know did it, like why are you? And she told us, and when she told us, that's when I got pissed, and I was like, this motherfucker is the selfishness and the fucking unbelievable the shit they will let happen to you. Those people, they call themselves our friends too, and they just did not give a shit.
Well, this is it. She just said then it's not really tea because the people who needed to know knew. Well, you mean people behind the scenes and the audience was just left to believe what you had them believing, If you're only disclosing the information to a small group of people, it's not out there. It is tea to those people who've been left out of the equation.
Yeah.
That's so fucked up.
Like, it's the same as when Hussey and Gigi were play fighting, and all their audience got upset because they thought it was real, and they were laughing.
It was real.
Yeah.
It was real. It was 100% real. I'll never not think that it was real.
I got told beforehand though that they were gonna be doing it and faking it.
No, what happened was AK and Tragic did a stream, and they outed some screenshots of Gigi talking shit about Hussey, and he was calling Hussey dangerous. He was calling Hussey all kinds of things that other people have gotten sued over. And so Hussey got pissed, and he is a reactionary person. He went straight to his live and started going off, and Belinda came in
but I'm
there.
telling you, an hour before that live, he's in inboxes saying, me and Hussey are going to have a fake fight. Don't worry.
Yeah, I don't know if those are doctored or whatever.
No, I'm one of the people who got that.
Got what? That they were
The
going to have a fight.
message an hour before that they were going to pretend to have a fight.
Well, then what was the point? I mean, what was the point of it?
No,
That's
what
it.
we're saying,
All they did was fuck over their own audience and upset them.
my problem with it is that, like, no matter what the reality of it is, it completely avoided having to answer for those screenshots we know very well that Hussey had not seen before and Gigi had not, told him about. Now, whether or not I believe that there's some absolutely animosity about that still.
Yeah.
But they're not going to do anything about it because it's more important to hate us.
Yeah, and that's kind of
They're not really friends. They're not really friends.
No.
Oh yeah, Alex, I voted in.
Oh no, I'm good.
Probably.
It felt so for them, like, watching. So I told them behind the scenes. I also told Vidal that I was on the phone. So people knew. It wasn't like I was hiding it. I didn't want to say it online, but people knew. I mean, he came for me too. Now, I freaking all these homeless whatever. I don't know. I guess that no.
I don't know. Like, so she hasn't seen proof. She hasn't, but she's on a call and letting this guy bring police and CPS and participate in it. Okay.
Wow. Oh, Vicki dropped again. She'll be back in a second. It's so like wrong to mess with the audience, and even just like this whole thing that happened with Vicki coming out like much later and then saying, "Oh yeah, we were actually calling the police. I was on the phone and he was calling the police, and here we are, years later, and he's still a fucking menace." Like, how is this able to go on for so long?
So it kicked me out of StreamYards again. Yeah.
Yeah, I said, oh, she got booted again.
Yeah, but I'm back.
I mean, Vidal. So MFW was live last night, and she was going off about different things, and Vidal went in her chat and told her, Katie was upset, and Vidal's like, I know something that's going to make you really happy. You're going to laugh, whatever. And she says Hussey lost his case against DC, and Katie was like, yeah, as he should. Like, he's out here suing everybody. What the fuck? And Vidal was like, telling her about Hussey and whatever. And it's like, I don't know. I thought it was pretty funny because, Vidal has been, I don't even know where she's been, but she sure is still following Hussey. She's been one of the only people that have actually, even though she is a piece of shit, she's been one of the only people that have like called Hussey out and said, the fact that he was really.
I have a respect for Vidal. I do like some of her opinions and that. I have like enough respect for her to like listen to what she has to say and not.
She's not a good person. She's a liar. She's also another person who lies about being black, and she has this weird. She came into this community. She came into Hussey with knowing full well. I guess she knew Tragic. She knew about him for some reason, and just came in here like immediately just starting to do the same shit everybody else was, starting fucking fights for no reason, coming after him. So we're like, well, we don't know this person. Where'd she come from? Like, what is this? And then we realized, oh, it came from BGTV.
Is what?
But yeah, Cassandra said, look at the pause.
Oh yeah, I know. I think I've seen this pause before because Nietzsche took a screenshot of it and used it all the time.
Legit mustache in this though.
Yeah, she does have a mustache.
No, the problem with Hussey is that you cannot disagree with him. You cannot. The second you disagree with him, and I know he talk all day and night how open-minded and all he is. We've had arguments before when we agree on something, right? And I hung up on one thing, and we just didn't talk. And I called him and I apologized because I was like, you know what? I think I was maybe too firm with my beliefs, and maybe I imposed them on you, and I apologize. He didn't give me an apology back. He was just like, okay, good. I'm glad you're sorry.
See what I mean?
Okay, so yeah, I was on the call and
we're speaking.
Yeah, no, I was saying, see what I was saying about like his behavior. Like, if you're somebody like this is supposed to be your friend, and he is not going to stop abusing you until you apologize, and then he won't even apologize either. He'll just say good. Like, that's fucked up.
Guys, did you see the time where I was on a panel with Vicki, and was Hussey on there as well? I think he might have been. And I wanted to apologize to Vicki. Hussey was not having it.
Yeah,
I do remember that. He was screaming at me, screaming at Vicki. Don't take her apology. How dare she apologize? It was insane, guys.
I used to think that he was crazy, like those outbursts were crazy. But now that I've seen his behavior, kind of the pattern of it, it was really just targeted. He targets women, he targets specific women for abuse. And whatever the end goal is, like now it's to get money out of me. Now it's to sue people, but he will target anybody who he believes has wronged him. And he will fucking go to the ends of the fucking earth to abuse you.
I'm telling you, it's psychotic behavior. There's no other word for it. It's psychotic behavior. It may not have started like that, but it's definitely got to that level now.
Well, I seen him. He went to a place in New York. He sat outside. He had his camera set up. He had a family in the background, and the man put his middle finger up, and then Hussey kicked off so badly, like swearing, shouting, calling over the maitre d' and all this lot. And the guy's like, "You've got me in your video." He's like, "No, I don't." Well, you wouldn't have seen him putting the finger up if you didn't have him in your video.
I think I've got that video. I think I've still got that video.
Yeah, I've got that one saved.
What I wonder about is, like, because he goes around and he does this outdoors and he films it, I kind of wonder if he does this kind of stuff and he, like, freaks out and yells at people for the drama, for the stream,
Well,
does he really do this
he had his little friend on, didn't he, on Saturday night?
I didn't see it.
Friend? He's got a friend?
His real life Armenian friend that he met on AOL. And Hussey was on stream, and the guy looked a bit dumbfounded. And then Hussey was like, "You've been out with me dressed like this, haven't you?" He said, Never since I've known you." Very straight. But no, I have not been out with you dressed like this at all.
Yeah, I mean, I've said it time and time again. Hussey doesn't go out in that get-up usually, but the time he attacked the family was the first time I've ever seen him out in his blackface get-up during the day in public. It was the first time, and I think that probably had something to do with the way he just blew his top. He just knew
he blew his top because he had a chance to. Like, he's chatted him on camera. Finger up. Well, don't have him on camera. Yeah, and don't have him on camera, and then he won't be able to do that.
Yeah, and it's all well and good saying, "Oh well, excuse me, I'm in New York. This is what happens in New York." Listen, it happens in London, but it doesn't make it any better. It doesn't mean that it's acceptable behavior. And the way he behaved that day showed the true.
In front of children as well, because that was a family.
Yeah, absolutely.
Disgusting, Hussey.
Yeah, rightfully so. I mean, Next was putting house online. I don't fucking know. Oh yeah, that's it. That part's true. He didn't say go give the wellness check. And I did tell the lady some of the things that I was enduring, but when the lady asked my name, I was like, no, because I didn't want to be involved with it because I fooled with it.
Didn't want to be involved, but he was on the call giving the police details until you had to take some accountability for what you were saying.
I agree
No.
with you there, Christina. He's lucky. He's lucky he didn't get a slap because, if that was to happen, I mean, I don't know how was it. It wasn't a high end restaurant, was it? To be fair, to be honest with you, I've been a Londoner all my life. I've eaten at very good restaurants, and I can tell you, they wouldn't even let him through the door. Because there's a code, there's a dress code, there's an etiquette code. Hussey would not have got through the door. And one of the first reasons is, well, because of the way he's dressing, but also the way he's acting. He doesn't know how to speak to people. He doesn't. So if somebody, or the maitre d' comes up and says, oh, hi, do you have a table booked or whatever, you respond in a certain way. The hustler can't even do that. He can't speak
It's not,
nicely.
I don't think it's
to
that he
people.
can't. I think he won't. Because you know what he would do? If somebody tried to stop him from going into an establishment because of, the way he looks or the way he's acting, he will start threatening to sue them because he's disabled.
It's happened. We've seen it happen. He walked into a club and said, listen, we've been giving your description and told you weren't allowed to enter. And then at that time he was ordering vodka at his apartment and he was going banshee.
And he was
they refused to serve him and said it was his ID. But that's just the common thing Uber drivers do when they don't want to serve a drunk person.
Nikki, he wouldn't get through the door, like Christina says. She's been in high-end restaurants in London too, and there's no way they would let him through the door. It's absolutely true. They have.
That's what I'm saying. We've literally seen him on camera getting refused entry to places because of how he looks and how he's dressed. We've seen that.
Like, oh my God! Can you imagine? Can you imagine him, Christina, trying to get in the Ivy? Jesus! And also, when you go to places like that, it's just etiquette. You don't even get your phone out. You just don't.
Oh God, no.
And
places have lost signs up literally saying don't have your phone out.
Well, it doesn't matter because he is so entitled. He's so entitled, and he's so he feels like he should be able to do whatever he wants because he's gay. He's a gay man. He's disabled. He's he's on welfare. People should just make exceptions for him wherever he goes.
That's absolute rot. And I mean, I've been to the Ivy. I was taken out for lunch by somebody who's famous. You'll know him. You'll know who he was, Nikki. But I'm not going to say his name. And
say it or don't say it. You're not like to allude to it and then not say it. That's like that's
no, I'm not going to tell you.
Yeah,
I'm not going to tell
you.
You.
Do that.
Because you can't trust people. Do you know what I mean? You can't trust people.
You can't allude to it then.
No, okay, all right, I won't then. But I will say he's gay. And I'll tell you, Nick. You can guess. He's in the judicial service. That's a huge clue. Okay, and he took me out for my birthday. Myself and my daughter took us out for our birthday in the Ivy, and I just when I see the hustler, his behaviour, it's just like you wouldn't even get through the front door, man. It's just insane to me. It's just insane. And it's insane that he's allowed to get away with what he's doing. What he's doing to
it needs to stop, doesn't it? And it needs to stop soon because he's set his sights on you and Yabba and a few other people.
Anyone. He's set his sights on anyone.
I am curious to what he thinks he's going to do to you, though, in the UK, because obviously, they've gone a bit quiet on me. They're obviously gathering shit on me as well, and I'd love him to try.
I tell you, I would love it. In all honesty, bring it, hustler. I want Great Britain to see.
I'll be there.
Oh my God, I tell you what, he has no idea. He has absolutely no idea the people I know, and
It's like, we are
do you
not
know what I
bound by
mean? It's
US
like,
law.
no,
We're not bound by US law for a start.
just stop it. You know, it's just silly. I just can't with him.
And I'm gonna play now, or else I'll never ever get through this. And I'm only 8 minutes in, and I'm an hour in.
Sorry.
It is. It's all your fault, Jan. I love it.
I never agreed with talking about kid. I never once talked about. I don't think it's right, and I don't care how much I hate you. We've had arguments about what he did to Shane. Like, we've had so many arguments about the things that I think he goes too far. Even this court date with DC, you know nothing's gonna happen, right? Negs threatened Callie and it got dismissed. Nothing's gonna happen. You guys were both going back and forth at each other.
Well, she knows a lot. It got dismissed because Kelly moved states, and yeah,
and he wasn't just threatening.
Yeah,
he wasn't just threatening her. He literally got caught a charge for threats to murder.
Yeah,
it's not a joke.
If she didn't move, he'd be fucked. But yeah. And then the Hussey and DC thing, well, she settled twice with him, so she got that wrong as well.
And nothing's going to happen. It's kind of freeing to be able to actually say these things, because I could never say these things to him, because then we would get into an argument. Okay, now let's move on to the scarf. Well, if you guys have any other questions, feel free to ask them in the chat. I'll answer. I'm not going to say anything about how he conducts himself outside or anything else about his life. I'm going to only speak on the things that he said. I already knew when I got on his head about calling CPS in the Twitter space. Oh, did he come after you? The thing, he mentioned, I saw the video of the CPS call, and I didn't even, like, he was saying, oh, CPS this, CPS that. I didn't even tolerate that, because I was like, no, there's no way I'm going to get behind that. There's no way.
To the police and backing somebody up. She's acting like with all these really hard lines she wouldn't cross, but I don't see the difference in ringing CPS and ringing the police. Like, one results in the other.
Yeah, Christina, he did say that.
I should have listened to you. Oh my God. You and Charlie Gold, you guys warned the shit out of me. So, Vicki, his main issue is you never to say you're on the call with him when people were slamming him about calling 911. Okay, so here's the thing. He never called 911. Oh, Boo's here. Sorry. Hey. We're talking about the 911. I was just saying, did you hear? I was saying, like,
yeah.
Okay. I've never been on the phone with him calling 911. I've never, ever, ever supported 911. When I found out he did that, I was like, are you kidding me? This is so fucking ridiculous. I never saw 911. Called the police, and the police literally were like, yeah. And then
Are you talking? Or, like, is it just pausing?
Yeah, thank you, AK. Right. But like that, she's saying here all this, right? But then you've got Steph saying, Vicki, his main issue is you never spoke up to say you were on the call with him when people were slamming him about calling 911. You didn't speak out to defend him. No, he wasn't going around saying he only called non-emergency services. He was saying he didn't make the call at all. And people were defending him, saying he didn't make the call. Right? But look what Steph's doing now. Changing the goalpost, saying it was about 911. That wasn't it at all. He acted like he didn't make any call.
Yeah. And literally when they got the report, because I know Negs and DC got the report, and it said, what was it that they call over? Oh, they said like a Twitch dispute on Twitch. Of course it was Hussey, and he still denied it. He denied it until he was outed, and then he acted like it was not a big deal.
And then you got Steph here acting like it was about 911 and non-emergent. No, it was about the call in general.
Because that is what GG was saying to defend Hussey. To defend Hussey, he literally was like, well, he didn't call 911. He did what he was supposed to do. He went and called the police and he filed a report, and he did, like, he just defended him on that. And that's the narrative that they now, say.
But yeah, bloody Steffi little snake. That's some fucking shady business. That it was never about whether it was 911. It was about making the call. You know it.
Lawyer at the time, and so it was like, okay, I'm done with the police shit. I'm done with trying to go to court. After I spoke to the lawyer was straight up and was like, Novo, you in the rain?
Oh, you can hear it? That's the
yes,
God damn it! Hold on, let me turn it
over. So his issue.
You're muted again. If you're talking.
I wonder if he's gonna kick her again. She just let me up.
Okay. Yeah, because it's like going in and out. I'm not sure if she's muted or if she is having issues.
Oh crap! I was muted again like a little. Oh, sorry. I'm trying.
It is all good.
Is that you should have spoke up to confirm that he didn't call 911, but he did on stream. No, he didn't call 911 when I was on the phone. No. Okay. So a lot of people behind this.
It was tea. It was tea because, like, she goes on to say, the people behind the scenes were aware. The people she chose to tell.
Yeah.
And then what Steph, though, look what she's doing. She's downplaying it. She's trying to change the actual point of the issue. It was not about 911. It was about making the call and making that visit happen.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Things knew that I was on the call. Should we move on to the scarf? Does anyone have any questions or anything? I mean, that's it. That's basically his huge gripe with me, is that I didn't say anything. Basically, his whole stream, I felt like I worked for him. Like the way he was talking, like, why didn't you do this? And why didn't you do this? And why didn't you? It felt like I was employed. Okay, so now the scarf. Oh, Lord, the infamous scarf. So,
oh, yes.
Look, I didn't want to talk about this because it gets me very, very emotional. But I have to now. Hussey, I mean, I don't want his narrative to be the one that's out there because it's not true.
Okay.
What happened, Mitsu? Vicki, I have to say something. Exactly. That's how I feel too. Even though I did do a lot, but
hey, look at what you wrote. G said no.
Was that you saying something, or was it just Nova?
It wasn't me.
Nova, I think.
Yeah.
Stuff. He's mad that she didn't speak up. Or when people were saying that he didn't ask for a wellness check and then outed you being on the phone, he thought he had a got you moment.
Oh yeah. He was like, he said it all slow. And Vicki was there.
I didn't see it as tea. Like, honestly, like, that to me is not tea. Like, that at the end of the day, that was his choice to do that. If you were trying to like give him some guidance or help him out or whatever, or even talk him out of it, yeah, you're gonna be on the phone. That doesn't mean you was conspiring to have police sent over there. Anyone that's talked to you knows you.
She's on the phone to the police while Hussey rings the police, and she wasn't conspiring to have the police sent over there.
Right. Like, I don't get that part.
That's wrong. Yeah. Like, it's just like Steph with the semantics of the 911 and non-emergency number. It's all bollocks. It's all, this has been exposed, and I'm going to talk my way out of it the best way I can.
Yep.
You wouldn't do that. So it's like, that's not, to me, that's not an out moment. But, I think at the end of the day, knows that certain people are gonna get all, the seats are gonna get all wet when they think that you got something to do with some of the bullshit, and that's why he wanted to talk about it. That's some primary shit. Like,
yeah, he wants, you know what? He wants something ominous to happen to me, I guess, now that we're not cool. And I'm speaking up.
1,000,000%. You can like Vicki or not, but he 1,000,000% wanted the worst to happen to Vicki at that time.
Yeah, I mean, and she was his friend, like his good friend.
IRL friend.
Yeah, and he wanted something bad to happen to her. And I'm looking in the chat and I'm seeing some names like, that Amber chick and other people that are like in his chats now, and they're talking about him like, oh yeah, it wasn't right what he did. Well, what's right about what he's doing now? Like, or for the last years, what he's doing now. Vicky's like, oh, I didn't agree with what happened with Shane or what he did to Shane. Well, then why were you friends with him after all that he did that shit? If you didn't agree with what he did.
Exactly. Why would you get on the call to the police? And what she said, she talked to the police.
Yeah, she was on the call.
She only backed down when they wanted a name.
Yeah, I think that she was just as, maybe she didn't dial the number. She was on three-way, but she's still a part of it.
Yeah, and like she said, everyone who it's not tea because everyone who needed to know knew. Well, she's telling the audience, everyone's clicked this and that because it was tea.
And what would have been the outcome of this if, let's say, people didn't like Vicki, right? And Hussey, went out and he, exposed whatever, that she was on the call and, she would go live and do this or whatever. If people didn't like her, he would have kept dragging her, or if he felt like he could make money off of it, he would have continued harassing her, dragging her, doing all the things that he's done to everybody else.
No doubt. And she even goes on to say he's threatening to sue her.
God.
So I brought over a friend, we'll say, because I don't need to get into all the detail. If he wants to, he can. But I'm going to say my piece. I brought a friend to his house. Everything was fine. Now, the part he's not saying, which is a really, really important part. I brought this person back to my house. And I was very drunk. Oh, God, so embarrassing. Thanks. This is great. I was really drunk and I was being super irresponsible and I fell asleep. And when I woke up, my wedding ring, my 10th, and I'm not even shitting you, my wedding ring was like fucking 10 grand. My wedding ring was the most expensive thing I owned. It was beautiful. My beautiful, beautiful wedding ring was stolen. Ugh. My wedding ring was stunning. Anyway. The most sentimental thing, I feel like such an asshole because of it. That moment had.
You see Belinda in there? Nikki, I think you're muted.
Oh, is she? Let me see. I don't see her.
Oh,
yeah, I didn't see her.
It just flew by. Like, if you just tap it back just like a second, you'll see her. She was putting hearts in there.
Ah, there we go.
Oh my God. Of course she's always there. When fuck shit is going down, she's there.
I thought me and Bunny were falling out then. They're like, no, I don't want to. I said, oh my God, Nikki, you liar. And then she said, Vicki.
Yeah.
You. Flipping out. Oh yeah. All right, hillbilly.
The thing that
I can't even.
Is that the ring? The other speculation was that, I mean, and I guess it really doesn't matter, but was that the ring was not $10,000, that she had made that figure up, and she raked in a lot of, financial support during this stream. Vicki did. People are sending her, I don't know what it was, Cash App or PayPal.
Yeah,
or
people did send a lot of money to her because of it.
A lot of money. That ring. Yeah, like,
and it was her fault as well. Like she said, she stepped outside the boundaries they'd created as a partners,
The other thing is that when she was talking about Callie's case, when this stream happened, Callie's case was not closed yet. Like Callie had not talked to not talked to DC yet, because she never talked to Negs. Negs never gave Callie an apology. DC apologized for him, and he gave some half-ass apology on stream or whatever. But it's because, when Callie was in court with Negs, nobody believed her. They said, oh, Callie is a liar. Callie doesn't really have a case with him. It's, because that's what Negs was saying, and people are believing what he had to say about it.
Yeah, and everyone knew the case was going to be dropped because she left the state, but it wasn't dropped yet. Even when she went up on DC next panel, it wasn't dropped. That was like, that was like breaching protective order. That was.
Yeah, but he'd already broken it, numerous times before that. Not that it mattered, but yeah, on paper, they still had that. So Vicki, is saying, oh, it was dropped, or, this, because she's going with, information that, she didn't know what she was talking about.
Because this still was going on.
This stream, I watched Tragic cover it, and after Tragic covered this stream is when I had reached out to Tragic. This was like probably in February 2022, I think. 2023, maybe? I don't know. 2023. Yeah. Yeah, I'd reached out to him because I saw him covering it, and I didn't really know anything about Tragic. I knew him from in the community or whatever. I didn't really have the best, thoughts about him. But then once I started talking with him after this, I realized he's a really good dude. And then I started talking with AK, and
it's same with me. I never really had any dealings with Tragic, but the seers I was in, he was known as like a bad, dangerous guy who you stayed away from, But any interactions I did ever have with Tragic were always pleasant, to be honest. So
yeah, he's a good person, and so it's really unfortunate that they've painted him in this way. But this is the stream that I watched him cover that I had reached out to him after.
As that moment has changed everything. I mean, it was the worst thing that could possibly happen. My wedding ring.
Don't. I feel you, but
he was really supportive when I lost it, or when it was gone. I was freaking out. I went to the cops. I didn't want to. I mean, obviously, I had to tell my husband that I lost our wedding. It was just awful. It was just all awful altogether.
Yeah, bad situation.
Yeah, and Hussey was talking to me about it, telling me what he thinks. He was there for me in that situation. And then a couple weeks down the line, he's like, my Gucci scarf is gone. And I'm like, that's interesting. And then he's like, do you think it was the dude? And I'm like, I don't know. I really don't know. So he goes, you know what? It was the housekeeper. So he's blaming the housekeeper.
It's like, can you see all the chats as well? All the chats are saying that it's Hussey's scarf is fake, knockoff, all that lot.
Yeah, because he was very open. I mean, he openly shopped at the places where you get designer knockoffs. He said he's even admitted to having most of them were like knockoffs. So to me, when he started, going after her and crying about like, oh, you owe me like $300 for a fucking scarf, it was like a shakedown. It was just like he does with the lawsuit. Either pay me this money or I'm going to make your life a living hell.
Yep. Absolutely.
It's like, look, that's the part when I dipped out, because comparing a Patsy scarf to a wedding ring is through the roof levels of disgusting. Fuck him. She's the one who's just been in the chat saying.
To be fair, I don't believe, I cannot confirm that she had a wedding ring that was worth that much money and that it was actually lost. I don't know. These people lie about everything. Who the fuck knows? So I'm not even going to sit there and compare it. I just know she didn't fucking go up to him and be like, you owe me for the ring, right? No, he came to her and was like, you owe me for the scarf.
But it's like Steph is the one saying that. She's just been in the chat defending us, saying the problem is you said he called 911 and all this lot. And then she said she dictate when it was comparing a scarf to a ring. Well, she was dipped in 5 minutes ago.
I don't know. They all do this. They all get mad at him. They all call him names. They all say he's a horrible person, and then you turn around and they're friends again. I don't fucking know.
Steph is the same person that was in the Discords, asking fucking David about what about the LA trip, and David was like, no, he didn't really go, and talking shit about Hussey, David and Steph. And David says that that's a lie, that didn't happen, but we literally have the fucking screenshots.
Yeah, I bookmarked that today.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
Yeah, yep. 1 sec. I'll get that up. Why not?
Yeah, he's
because you do a fantastic job. It deserves sharing. So get on there.
I mean, I think those were AK's receipts that AK and Tragic that I've seen. I mean, all the receipts are like
it's bad.
It's a community effort, and you're just.
I have just been pulling receipts. Yeah, I've just been digging through stuff and pulling receipts and just handing them out to people, because when I did it the first time, nobody gave a shit. So I'm handing them out to different people now, and they're gonna post it. And hopefully, people will give a shit.
Yeah. And when I came in the Discord and I saw all this stuff, I was like, holy shit, like there's so much. Like, this is insane how deep this goes and how, they do this shit. And they know that they're lying and they're talking about it in Discord. But then publicly, they'll be like, nope, these people lie. They're just liars. Alex a liar. AK's a liar. Fucking Jan, Nikki, all liars. Yeah, it's that one at the bottom.
That's it. Yeah, it's this one there, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. And Rest was also going in people's DMs, asking them for money for vapes and making up, oh, I'm stranded in Miami and I need to get an Uber back home. It's like $200.
I need money for a vape. He actually said that he sent text messages to Dee and Sherry and asked money for his stupid birthday trip.
I can't even imagine ever, like, yeah.
There's that. You got to by the way, Hussey never went to California for plastic surgery, and neither did I. Ken made it up. That's Charlene. That's one of his witnesses.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Which I don't know if it's the truth or not, because I spoke to him on the phone. He said he was there. That's all I know. The FaceTime thing was my fault. We talked through Discord. I said FaceTime, lol. Little Boots, lol. No, he never left New York. I'd bet fat stacks on it.
Yeah, I mean, he now says that this is all a troll.
Of course, yeah. Just like Hussey says, hey, I've never been exposed. I've never been exposed. And he literally has been exposed more times than I could count. But he says it's a troll, and that somehow makes it like, it didn't happen.
Well, he makes it sound like it's not a problem, because he was asking for money to take a trip somewhere and to get surgery or whatever, and he not only got the money from his community under false pretenses, then he didn't go on the trip. He didn't get that. We don't know where the money was spent. They don't know where the money was spent. But because his community doesn't give a fuck, he can just do this, and he can just say it's a troll. I mean, I'm going to say I didn't give him any money, so I don't really give a shit. It was Steph who was like really trying to figure it out. I don't care. I was just like, whatever. Of course he's lying. He's a fucking liar.
Is this a Discord that you're showing?
Those are Discord screenshots. Yeah. No. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's interesting that David uses his full name there, and yet wasn't Hussey saying that I doxed him?
I mean, they fucking act like they, Hussey says that you doxed him and I've doxed him when he was doxed himself in 2020. Like, this is just, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I messed up there. I started reading like towards the end, so I'll start reading at the beginning, but it was Steph saying, David, please don't take the question as an attack. Hussey lies about everything and uses people in the community who are pure and kind-hearted, because nobody will ever doubt these people's word. Hussey told everyone that you were basically his only witness and that he was there because he had FaceTime with you. He lied, and I don't think that's fair to you. I'm not accusing you of anything. I appreciate your honesty. Traj, did he actually go to LA? Yep.
See, that's another ploy. That's another way that he manipulates everybody. And people go along with it. They know that he's lying, but they're too frightened to admit that they know that he's lying. because they know how vile he is and how he'll then start attacking them. This is definitely a manipulation tactic that Hussey does with lots of people.
And then you got David saying, why is everyone asking me that? Oh my God, lol. I spoke to Hussey on the phone. I wasn't on FaceTime. I was on the phone. Hussey said he didn't want me.
He's lying right here, right?
Yeah.
Because like he
He
literally
backtracks
was,
later on,
he
yeah.
was the only alibi that when people started questioning his trip, David was the one he pointed to and said, that is the person who I talked to on the phone. He can vouch for me. That is why people are asking him that. And he knows it. But he's the biggest liar between the two of them.
Yep. And coward.
Mm-hmm.
Did he ever go on a panel? That when he's, I guess he was supposed to go up on panel with us. Did he ever do that recently?
No. His special guest was like some Armenian friend of his, like his friend from like real life. And it was apparently very boring, except for when Hussey tried to get him to vouch for him by saying like, oh, we've gone out a lot, you know, you've known me my whole life. I always go out looking like this with the wig and the glasses and stuff. And his friend is like, no, I've literally never seen it.
Oh.
Yep. That was it.
Yeah.
We all know that is a lie. So that must have been funny to see, though.
Oh, I'd love to see the clip. If anyone has it, send it.
I've got it. Yeah, I've got it.
Oh my God. Yeah, I gotta see that.
Yeah, I've got it. It's shit, but I've got it.
So this guy isn't really an online friend of or offline friend of Hussey?
He said he met him on AOL.
Oh my God.
Well, that's online.
America Online. That's funny.
He said he met him on AOL. I think 2012.
That explains so
I
much.
think he said.
I mean, does it explain so much that this dude has been trolling the internet since the AOL?
Oh
it's scary, isn't it? Oh
Yeah.
my God.
I'm just
MSN Messenger. You know what? I loved, first of all, it was AOL, and then I moved to Yahoo.
Yahoo.
Yeah.
Get a shareable link. Why is everything right?
See, and he's like pulling people up to like vouch for him that they know him like in real life or whatever. Like he literally has no one.
Babe, do you know what it was?
Huh?
I was meant to be doing my /party stream.
Oh.
And he scheduled it at the same time that I said I was going to do it.
Oh wow. He just needs to stop.
And then
I don't
didn't
know who
bother.
He's always trying to prove things to people who don't give a fuck. Like if I say he has no friends and he's got no social life and this is his whole world, he brings in some AOL friend from like 2 decades ago to try and prove that I'm wrong or whoever is wrong, right? Like it's just like nobody actually cares. Why is it so important to you?
I know.
I've just put it in the group chat as well.
It's like one day he actually said, one day recently, wow, it's funny how Jan's never shown any of her family.
Why would you?
She's never shown her family online. And so you're going to get idiots thinking, oh, well, Jan's obviously lying. She's got no family. She's got no,
yeah,
no kids or no friends. Why would I bring them online? It's like, it's insane. And when people say that, it proves to me that their whole life is all online.
Yeah.
Oh God, AJ's in here. I'm just looking at the link you sent. Oh God, of course she's in there. Why is she okay,
the Hussey link.
Sorry, I was just looking at that. Yeah, we got of course Edna's in there.
Everyone's in there, yeah.
See, Edna's in here and she is literally a mod. She's got
She's
a
mod.
wrench.
She's a mod in there, yeah. Do you want to take a screenshot and put it up so Jan can see?
Yeah. Actually, you know what? Let me do this. Hold on.
In Hussey's stream.
Seriously?
Yeah.
AK's going to show you. Wait, one sec.
Edna. Bless her.
Did you put that in the link of Twitter?
Yeah, the Twitter DMs.
Okay, cool.
So what's this one? What's this?
This is the one he was saying where he's got like a special guest coming, and it's the real. It's actually his real life friend, supposedly. Hold on, let me put this up here so you can
That he
see
met
it.
online? Yeah, okay.
1 second.
Oh, Christina says she met her husband online.
But look who's Edna with the wrench.
Yeah, look, Edna with the wrench.
Edna
my
be lurking with
God.
the wrench.
Oh my! Oh, and she's telling someone to calm down. Poor Edna. Oh look,
Do you
calm down.
get
You
it
had
now, Lord
5
Jan? Do
minutes.
you get why these ladies were heated with you last time you was in here? Because
Oh,
this had
I
been going on.
100%. I 100% understand that. Listen, there's been times when I'm like, Edna, what are you doing over there? But I don't know. I just have accepted that Edna is Edna, and until
Yeah,
I
but she
see
can't
her
be Edna
saying
just being Edna when she's saying people are paedophiles and
yeah, no,
calling people
I agree with
racist.
you.
Oh,
I
shoot.
agree with you, and I definitely wouldn't defend her for saying that. No. So don't worry about that. But no,
Yeah, it's just a clear example of what she's up to. She's in Ussie's chat with a
yeah.
wrench
Well, she
and
hasn't been
coming
on
over
my
to
life
you.
for a long time, has she?
Yeah, she
So
hasn't been on since she got called out by AK and Alex.
yeah. Well, okay. As I
Yeah.
say, I don't like to because I did used to talk to Edna, in real life, kind of.
I mean, how do you?
On
I
Instagram.
just question like somebody who is friends or is so cool with the man who has done some of the most vile things, and is threatening to sue you currently.
Yeah.
Like it's just
Yeah.
so I can't wrap my head around that. I just can't.
Yeah, and I've come to that conclusion as well. The thing is, though, it's like, and I'm not making excuses. Please don't think I am, but I'm very loyal. I'm very loyal to my friends, online, offline friends, and I always give them the opportunity to explain certain things to me. Because I don't ever want to assume that somebody's one way when they're really not. And I have spoken to Edna. I've spoken to her about her association with Hussey. And all she's said is, "Oh, but it's just the internet, Jan. It's this and it's that. It doesn't mean anything to
But
me."
she very clearly knows that's not true. She sits in these
Yeah,
streams. She's seen the damage. She said how damaging it is. Look at me. You just look at what he's doing to me. You can
yeah,
clearly see he's doing a lot of damage, unless you believe I deserve it. That's the only reason you don't see it, or you
yeah,
think it's fine. Like you have to agree with it on some level if you are cool with him. That's just
yeah,
like my opinion on it, though.
yeah. And I can't argue with you there. I 100% agree with you. So I don't want to air my
No,
laundry
well,
out
even
there,
if it
but
wasn't anything against AK, the fact that she's in there being Hussey's
yeah,
mod when Hussey's threatening to take legal action on you, that's enough on its own, let alone what
yeah,
she's been doing to AK as well. So it's like a very clear line that's been crossed, and I don't
yeah,
believe that you're
I just
gonna.
know the few times that she has been up on panel and this whole case has come up, she has been very oddly sympathetic towards Hussey by saying like, oh, well, if he was, if you were defaming him, you should be, he should sue. You can't, like, it's just like, it seemed very disingenuous. Like she knew exactly what was going on and had a problem with me from jump for some reason and was just like, maybe I'm wrong, but like it was a weird stance to take when you don't know anything.
yeah, yeah. Well, obviously things have moved on since the last time I did a live stream with her,
Yeah.
and things won't be the same. That's all I'm going to say. Things will not be the same.
They can't be now,
Um,
can they?
no, and I take everything that everybody's saying in the chat as well. And as I say, I am very loyal. But as you say, a line has been crossed, 100%. And Hussey can use that in any way he wants to. But I'm talking about myself and a relationship I had with somebody. So yeah, that's all I'm going to say. A line has definitely been crossed,
Yeah,
and I don't
and
go
and
back.
and as soon as you've been shown that,
Hmm.
you've made that call. So
Oh, I've
you're
made
not
that decision. Yeah, I
you're not
have.
you're not going like blind and you're not acting like your friends
Oh no.
are
No.
smells like roses.
Put it this way, I've used pliers on one of the wires of communication
Right.
between myself and Edna.
Yes.
Yeah.
Snip,
Don't
snip.
worry about it, guys. Don't worry. Yeah.
I'm going to press play. I'm hoping to get through this at least. I had a few things to show, but it's took me ages. But it's been a good time. Oh, wait. I need to share screen again.
I have some of the screenshots pulled up of Vicki Vibes, where she was saying I think on Twitter about this situation. I sent them to you. But I pulled them up in case
brilliant.
real quick. When we're done.
Yeah, but I'll finish this and then we'll pull them screenshots up, and then what I had left over I can do tomorrow, can't I?
Yeah.
A dude, and I'm like, I don't know. I really don't know. So he goes, you know what? It was the housekeeper. So he's blaming the housekeeper. Really, he just kept saying it was $400. It was $400. He wanted $400. So a couple weeks later, and he's like, you know what? It was the housekeeper. I'm gonna call on the housekeeper and maybe the company will reimburse me. And I'm like, don't do that, because what if the housekeeper has children and we don't know who it is? So don't. First of all, you know how many times we go out, and I don't want to say, but he has company sometimes. So there's, there's no proof or anything. So then, he told me he was going to do that with the housekeeper because I guess I gave him so much shit. And then maybe like a week later, he's like, oh, I called in on the housekeeper and they won't reimburse me. Of course they won't reimburse you. What the hell?
Right. Of course. I mean,
yeah. And I was like, oh, damn. So then they didn't want to reimburse him. He got a new housekeeper. And then when I got on stream,
he got a housekeeper sacked for this scarf and then tried to extort his friend, his real life friend, over it as well. He's a monster.
And I was like, oh, also he was saying he was calling me and texting me. No, he called me once and then he changed his number because Next put it online. That's what happened with that. And what
about what he said about it was a lie? Because I know your mind is probably all over the place because you wanted to correct something that he said that wasn't true. What about his whole account wasn't true? The scarf thing. Yeah, because he said that the scarf got stolen by the guy.
Oh, right. So before he said that, well, he had said, oh, you think it's the guy? Before he had said that, he had said that we kind of mulled it over because we didn't know. And also he does his own escapades. So then he had blamed the housekeeper. He called, tried to get the money from the company. The company didn't give it to him. Who knows what happened to that poor fucking housekeeper? Then so then I went to stream and I said, I think what Vidal said was wrong, but Vidal had taken it back. And, let's let bygones be bygones. He didn't like that I said that. And then I get a text message from him. You owe me
that was about Vidal saying that the guy who Hussey had lipstick all over looked like he was drugged up or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah,
I thought it was.
$400. I said, I will not be doing that. And then he's like, I'm taking you to court. So he threatened me to
go to court. Everybody wants to go to court.
He goes, oh, you know the dude that stole your engagement ring?
Good God.
You owe me $400 for that. So I lost $10,000 in so much sentimental value. And you lost a fucking dumb scarf.
Yeah, but it's a Gucci scarf.
And I'm supposed to pay for you, which we don't even know who took the scarf. Or if he lost it on his drunk nights out. We don't know.
I mean, it's pretty bold to do that living in the same city with someone. Like, you try to shake me down for money, I don't know. So it's kind of unfortunate that he's doing that. But, at this moment, he's like lashing out. That's really what it is. And that's why I was like, let him rant. Let him do what he's doing. He's lashing out at the moment. So it's unfortunate.
He's leaving out all these parts. So, oh my God, he stole my scarf.
Notice everyone in the chat saying how bad it is to take people to court over internet bullshit, by the way.
Proof. Why are you telling my business out there? I don't tell what happened when, you know what? No. I'm not shitty like you.
Look, this is a great lesson. And when you meet people, if you see that they don't move the way that you move, pay attention to that. Because they will always go back to how they operate. The minute they don't like you no more.
I need to see what's going on. All the people, because he's on the stream like, oh, it was a lot of people told me about you. Yeah, who? Crooked Halo? Who else? Who? Name them.
Well, that's his default position. Look, I've said it plenty of times. I'm indifferent when it comes to Husky. I'll enjoy him when I enjoy him. I think he could be funny at times. But for the most part, I'm under no illusion that this man, that we're friends.
Like sit on the fence more. This Vicky's just explained to her how Hussey's extorting her and everything, and she sat there going, "Oh yeah, I think he's alright. I'm on fence." Like, be a friend or fuck off.
That's called enabling, and that's what all these people have done.
Yeah, but I mean, at some point, like she's the one who has made a friendship with this man, knowing, and she's known what he's like, right? I mean, if she's scared to, not be, to disagree or, try to not be friends with him, she's got to make that clear. Nobody knows. Like, how do you know that she's like, scared? She's just like making weird decisions, right? So like, I don't know. I just
So then you've got Nova who just heard it all and then like saying, oh, I'm like on the fence with you and us say like.
But even watching Vicki talk here, you can see, I don't think she's being honest. I really don't.
Obviously, she's been pushed to it as well. It's not something she was honest about until she needed to be, because Hussey was putting things out there. So she's got her head and put her version out. So you've got Hussey's version, her version, and then you've got the truth that's in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was literally hours before this that Hussey had gone live talking about Vicki. So she didn't even have that much. And this is, I mean, stupidity on her part to just go live directly, after him, to go tell her side instead of taking some time to kind of like see what happened and then come out with what happened and her side of the story.
Because it was real. It's real life, and it was real her.
Yeah.
It's easy to lose your head over that shit, isn't it? Compared to like just online friendships.
Yeah.
That's another reason why I think she should have spoken out. She should have gone and got some help from other people. She knows Hussey's living situation. She knows whether he's got support workers or whatever. She should have stopped it now, because this was real life, and it was real life intimidation, harassment, and bullying. And she let it go.
Yeah.
Easy life over what other people may have to endure because you let it go on. Don't say you're a people person when you're willing to let other people hurt so that you get an easier life.
Exactly. I know if I had anybody in my circle that treated me the way that he treated her, not only online, but offline, they wouldn't do it again. And they certainly wouldn't be doing it to other people.
That's not what's going on. So that seems to be the default position. Okay, I don't like you anymore. So now all these things are bad about you. And you see him doing that with different people. So you kind of got to take it with a grain of salt and realize that this is a rambling of someone who just doesn't like
God. Tyler Scott, thank you so much. Stop. Don't make me.
Yeah, I think now it's just bloody. There's only like a few seconds left, and it's only saying thanks for money and stuff like that.
Yeah, because I didn't actually catch all of it. I only caught the first 20 minutes, but the first 20 minutes was it, basically, because I think
and then it was all just thank you for giving me money for my ring.
Right, basically.
I lost while shagging another man.
Her crying and whatever. Okay, so she did say a couple things, like if you want to put up the screen.
Well, I'm going to say, can you screen share him, because I have trouble like going from Twitter to screen sharing and stuff.
Yeah,
so,
you have to put the screen up though.
Yeah.
There you go. Thank you. This is hold on, this is not the one I wanted to show, but it is relevant. Here, okay. This one. So look at this. This was I don't think there's a date on here yet. I'll have to figure it out. Okay, so she says that's going to be his next claim. He was ready to blame his housekeeper. I had to talk him out of it because I was worried the housekeeper would lose their job. And what if they had kids? He used the fact that I was robbed to benefit him. I'm crazy for tolerating for so long. So she's very she knows exactly what I said. She is very aware of his behavior.
And she didn't come out until he was going to expose her. She could have come out a lot earlier, but didn't. Chose not to.
She still didn't. And same thing with Vidal, actually. What did Vidal do? She just backed off. She apologized because she didn't want to fucking deal with him either.
But here she is, still even present day, going and telling, I mean, I would say that Katie is an enemy of his, telling an enemy of his, oh, he lost the case. It's hilarious. But DC did have to pay $10,000. So fuck her.
Yeah. Okay, so she says, oh, but he reported the housekeeper anyway and got a new one. So if it was my fault the whole time, why did he report the poor housekeeper? Yeah. You do think he likes these kinds of questions?
Juries.
I just want to show this because he is really adamant that he apologized for all of his stuff. And this is why she didn't accept your apology, Hussy. Here's what I have to say about your fat ass. You're a has-been. Your channel has failed. Your subs have left. Your weight loss journey has failed. You have no friends. You're too ashamed to show your body. Stop telling Vicki to drag negs and friends. Do it yourself. Wow.
You know what? He did a very similar tweet about you.
I know.
Talking about, oh, you're a failed daughter, or you're a failed wife, you're a failed
streamer,
streamer, you failed at having kids, like all these
on
things,
and on.
That he's talking about. But then you call him a weight loss surgery failure, and he loses his shit.
It's a failure at life. That
Yeah.
encompasses all the failures. You just fail at everything you touch or look at. You fail at living. You fail at.
This is why I'm not ever going to fucking. This was before the GoFundMe. Okay, and if you read what I wrote, it is not at all what she's saying. So what she's saying here is, imagine giving your super chats to Tragic for quote medical bills, and here's D, the woman with a lot of money that she knows that she can, just give to anybody. And she says, for real? Well, they must be a couple then. Why else would you give money away? That was given to you, to someone else. Interesting dynamic. Wow. What?
Well, her husband gives her money and she gives it to Negs.
I know.
You want to know what's funny about that?
Hussy, GG.
Remember when Negs was doing the whole thing with the war chest and all that bullshit? And I had that, little fucking cash app for the MFN channel, and Tragic and I were talking, and he's like, yeah, you should, I had like, I don't know, $60 in there or whatever. And he's like, you should give it to Negs for like, the whatever. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I will. So I sent Negs a cash app of, this, whatever. And it's like, the same woman is saying that, oh, imagine when her fucking boyfriend has asked people for money forever. And I even fell into that and gave him money that I should have kept for myself, or even given to fucking Tragic, like DC is such a fucking scumbag, such a scumbag.
Follow Ray says, I just want it on record that my mean posts about Alex and AK have all been rooted 100% in jealousy.
Based AF.
So this is what I wrote. Okay, where is I just don't understand this bitch. They all have money, and they give it to people who don't need it because they hate us. Why? It just doesn't make any sense to me. Well, so I said, I mean, the same shit happens to me. I don't make money doing any of this. I just don't have the huge medical bills, or I'm sure I'd be more pissed at the fact that I've spent an enormous amount of time and effort helping people with nothing in return besides getting lied about and having my real life affected. I haven't asked for anything for my streams with Tragic either because I know he needs it. All those super chats go to him. So to me, it's like my time spent helping others is just limited at this point. I help the people I care about who have been there for me, and that's how it is.
Yeah, and imagine Tragic at the time had, he had his medical bills and everything, and he was still like trying to help DC and Negs. You know what I mean? And they look at who repaid him.
That's unreal. That like unreal. we did so much, or he specifically did so much for this woman.
Yeah. Like, yeah, to think back on all of it and just thinking about how she pushed that paperwork, and was like, yeah, you guys should totally go over it in your stream, and knowing what she was doing, just setting you guys up.
I thought you were about to review 90 Day Fiance then. With this picture. Wow.
See, there's the rest of his face. I got it.
He's big knuckle.
I don't even know what to say. I just thought people would like saying it because, Peanut's a cunt and nobody wants her. around, and she refuses to go away.
Yeah, I actually put up some videos of Peanut and her recent fuckery and lies on the Alex channel.
Yeah, I saw that. Look at this. This is what? Look at the date here. December 22nd, 2022. Is it 27th? Klunka has said nothing about the 6 cops showing up at my place. Very interesting. So he blamed her.
Oh,
Well,
right.
yeah,
the one
I showed that
blamed
video,
you.
the last stream, where it was blaming her and Negs.
Yeah. But now it's AK and Tragic.
Oh, it's just me now.
Oh, it's
obviously. Yeah. So here's the other one. Okay, I found it finally. So she says, I have a lot of growing up to do. Now it's my fault this wax scarf is missing, but when it first happened, you were accusing the housekeeper. Meanwhile, I'm the one who was robbed of something very sentimental that I can never get back. So don't speak on it if you only share half. So he was obviously like spinning some narrative about her at the time.
Yeah.
She felt the need to correct, right?
Yeah, but you still get permission. Like, it was open, but they had conditions, and she didn't stick to them, and it led to her getting a ring stolen.
It's insane.
Yeah.
It's like anybody else that would have done this stuff, I mean, they would have been drugged, like, or just, I don't know, I mean, run offline.
Well, it's same with GG raising the money to take next court and then giving it his friend.
I mean, I'm shocked that that still, you know, went down. I mean, they made, I mean, such a big deal about Callie and like the crisis stream and everything, and then he does something like that, and that's okay. Like,
no, it's not okay, and it needs attention.
Like the amount that Callie had gotten from the crisis stream, just putting it out there.
Guys, I need to dip. My daughter's going to ring in 5 minutes, so I'm going to dip now. Thanks so much.
No worries, I'm going to finish soon anyway, but thank you for coming up, Jan.
Nikki, I sent you a DM. You haven't responded to.
I know that my Twitter DMs show me no one sent me anything, but I've got all these notifications saying I've got messages, so I need to do something, but Twitter's not good for me at the minute. Yeah.
Get your finger out, girly. Right, I'll speak to you soon, everybody. Take care.
Okay.
Goodbye, Jan.
Bye.
And I've got my Urban Dictionary out here, so I'm going to do my first reading for Capone Boxing, yeah?
Oh, okay.
So my first one is ABC sex. Sex only on anniversaries, birthdays, and Christmas. ABC. Yeah. That's it. That's it. That's like
that was
no applause.
That was it? Seriously?
No, anniversaries is A, birthdays B, Christmas C, ABC sex. It's the only time they do it.
I'm so confused. I don't get it.
You don't get it?
No.
Right, so it's sex, ABC sex. It's only on anniversaries, A, birthdays, B, Christmas, C.
I get it now.
Yeah, you're boring and you only have sex on the special times.
Oh my God, Clara doesn't even get that. That's sad.
No, she don't even get no post, does she?
No, she does not get the bumpy peen.
That she really wants, yes.
Yes. Are we gonna look
at least a Pardon?
Are we gonna look at anything else? Well,
Well, I had another stream to go through, but I'm not going to be doing that now because that can be another stream. But if AK has anything she wants to throw, like you put so much in the DMs today, I'm like, I'm one person, I can't deal with all this at once.
You just imagine what my fucking computers and look like, you know? It's so bad. And I just if there's anybody willing to fucking look through any of this and post it, I'm sending it all to you.
Yeah.
I do it sporadically and then send you the odd random thing. Look what I found. And that's just because I've been bored.
It's so much. This is why, look, guys, this is why it's so fucking frustrating. It is so upsetting that they have done this. There's so much evidence against them. Unbelievable amounts. It is just fucking, I mean, I can't even get through it all if I wanted to.
There's so much. Like, AK and I, we talk about just how much, I mean, remember Gigi had like complained about, I had to buy data for the
Yeah,
you know,
I had to buy more storage.
I've literally done that. Like, how
We have
done
bought,
that how many times?
I have bought an external hard drive and I still need more storage. Okay.
Same.
I've got like 3 phones.
Yeah, it's insane. There's so much. And that's why, anytime that we talk about it, we're like, there is so much evidence against like Hussey and Gigi. And they're still like acting like they have like the golden egg.
And like when I go through some of these things and I'm looking for them and I reread them and I'm just like, I cannot believe these are real things that they have said and they still, fucking stand behind, because it's just so fucking insane. Like, like, oh, that I'm going to, I've defamed them or whatever. It's just like, I can't deal with it.
Well, they think people haven't seen it and they've managed to take down anything that shows it.
Well, yeah, I mean, look at what they did to, AK's channel, Tragic's channel, like they have tried to silence us and then cry about other people being silenced, like fucking Rampage, who threatened violence against Yaba, and then they try to cover it up and make it seem like she didn't do that and let her go on with being like, yeah, I'm a victim and they started it and I'm going to finish it. No, you literally started it and you're still carrying on because you're a fucking psycho and you're dishonest.
I just know, okay, so we were going to finish up the Peanon stream from the other day, from yesterday. Yeah. I don't know if you want to do that or if you have time, Alex.
Yeah, I could have time in a little bit.
Yeah, so maybe we'll set it up on my channel then.
That'll probably be.
Let's do it.
Okay, we'll do it.
Nikki, are you going to be
is it muted?
Pardon?
I can't tell. Is it muted? Are you muted or is it broken?
Or is it broken? I'm not muted.
Nikki?
Oh, if you didn't have kids, you would do it for me, Yamano. Thank you. I appreciate that. But here's the thing. Nobody should have to fucking do it for me. I know that people do everything for Hussey. I don't expect that from people. I would never ask people to do that for me. But they have that kind of, help or whatever.
Yeah, they have people that they love to do that kind of stuff. And like dig and do all this and yeah.
And I don't know why. I don't know why. What motivates these people? Are they bored? Do they hate me? What did I do to them? Nothing. It's just because they can. It's so fucking weird.
It's the way that they curated their audience, and that's what they do. I mean, it's the farmers that are a part of do that. Who's that?
Are you okay?
Everyone's saying they can't hear me.
No, we can't. We couldn't. I can hear you now.
I can hear you. I can hear the
boom. No one said anything.
I couldn't.
Yeah, but this is what and they have done for a long time. This is the way that have their audience. They operate as a community, and then they sit and act like they don't do that.
My Cash App's AK's Cash App. Send her money, she needs it. The rinsing her.
Oh my god. Okay. Let's wrap this up. I'll set up the stream over there. What do you think? Like, how long do you want
to? Maybe like in an hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Maybe less.
I might be there for a little bit to listen.
Like 30, 40 minutes?
Yeah, like 40 minutes.
40 minutes. Okay.
All right. Well, thank you for coming along. And yeah, I had a whole other video, actually 2 videos to go through. So I may ever do it that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Everyone make sure you go to AK and Alex later on.
Yeah, we'll be putting our the links on Twitter and probably our community tab posts. So keep an eye.
Mm-hmm.
I did not nod off Panda Pondu, you little heathen. You're always lying on me. Why are you lying on me?
Hey. Maybe Nikki nodded off and these are her songs. Listen, before we leave, so when I was listening to the old Peanut streams and she was doing her do whatever thing at the beginning, and she does that at every stream, by the way, somebody in the chat, I guess, was like, you should make merch that has that on it, like a shirt. I was like, what?
Oh my God.
Can you imagine?
By that, ironically.
Here's my merch, guys.
Isn't it cool?
All
right. Thank you for having me. I'll see you guys in like 40 minutes.
Thank you for coming. All right. See you all guys all soon. Anyway, yeah. Bye. Love you all.
Wrong's about to go to jail. GG's house might go up for sale. Hussy's about to lose his benefits. Clara lifts her long skirt up to show her tits. Belinda Shutter kept making meth. No name stopped donating to Peanut's death. All of these folks are one of the same. It leads back to douche. She's the one to blame. All of these folks are one of the same. It leads back to douche. She's the one to blame. It leads back to douche. She's the one to blame. All of these folks are one of the same. It leads back to douche. She's the one to blame. Wrong's about to go to jail. GG's house might go up for sale. Hussy's about to lose his benefits. Clara lifts her long skirt up to show her tits. Belinda Shutter kept making meth. No man stopped donating to Peanut's death. All of these folks are one of the same. It leads back to douche. She's the one to blame. Leads back to douche. She's the one to blame.
I am a victim.
Guys, can we please get some green hearts in chat for No Name? No Name just made it, so the goal has been reached. The goal so I can get my computer diagnosed has just been reached. Absolutely.